I am 100 years old, and there's something I have never told my daughter, not when she was a child, not when she became a mother, not even now, when I can feel time slowly slipping through my fingers. It's a truth I buried so deep that even I tried to forget it, but no matter how many years pass, some truths don't disappear, they wait. And today, I can't hold it inside anymore. My name is Margaret Collins, and for 70 years, I've been called a loving mother. But the truth is, I've been hiding something from the person I love the most, my daughter, Emily. I remember the day she was born like it was yesterday. The nurse placed her in my arms, and for the first time in my life, I felt complete. She was tiny, fragile, perfect. I promised her something that day, that I would always protect her, no matter what. And I did. At least, I thought I did. But sometimes, the things we do to protect the people we love, end up hurting them the most. Emily grew up to be everything I ever hoped for. Kind, smart, full of life. She would run into my arms after school, telling me stories about her day, laughing, trusting me with her whole heart. And every time she smiled at me, I felt a sharp pain inside. Because there was something she didn't know, something I never had the courage to tell her. When I was 22 years old, long before Emily was born, I fell in love. His name was Daniel. He wasn't just someone I loved, he was my entire world. We planned a future together. A small house, a quiet life, children running around the yard. But life had other plans. One night, everything changed. I found out I was pregnant. Back then, in 1948, that kind of news could destroy a woman's life if she wasn't married. I was terrified, but Daniel, he held my hands and told me everything would be okay. He promised we would figure it out together, but we never got the chance. My parents found out, and in a matter of days, they took control of my life. They told me Daniel wasn't good enough, that he would ruin everything. And then, without telling me, they made him disappear. I never saw him again. I begged them to tell me where he went, but they refused. They said it was for my own good, for the family's reputation. And I was too young, too afraid, to fight back. They sent me away to another town, far from everyone I knew. And when my baby was born, they didn't let me keep her. Yes, her. A little girl, my first daughter. I remember holding her for just a few minutes, before they took her away. I can still hear her crying. I can still feel her tiny fingers around mine. And then, she was gone. She's been adopted, they told me. It's better this way. Better for who? That question stayed with me for the rest of my life. I went back home months later, pretending like nothing had happened, pretending like I hadn't just lost a child, pretending like my heart wasn't completely broken. Years passed. I got married. I tried to build a normal life. And then, Emily was born. From the moment I saw her, I made a decision. I would never let her feel the pain I felt. I would give her everything. Love, safety, a home. And I did. I was there for every moment of her life. Every birthday, every tear, every success. I was the mother she deserved, but I was also a mother hiding a truth she deserved to know. Every time Emily asked me about my past, I changed the subject. Every time she asked if she had any siblings, I smiled and said no. And every time I said it, it felt like I was breaking something inside me. Because the truth is, Emily has a sister, somewhere out there, in this world, living a life I was never part of, growing up without knowing me, just like I never knew her. And that's the secret I've carried for 70 years. Not because I didn't love Emily, but because I was afraid that the truth would change how she saw me, afraid that she would feel betrayed, afraid that she would ask questions I couldn't answer. So I stayed silent, and silence became my habit. But last week, something changed. I turned 100. My family gathered around me, celebrating, laughing, calling me strong, calling me wise. And I looked at Emily, standing there, smiling at me with the same love she's had since she was a child. And I felt something I couldn't ignore anymore. Guilt. Not the kind that fades with time, but the kind that grows heavier with every passing year. And in that moment, I realized something. If I don't tell her now, I never will. That night, I couldn't sleep. Memories flooded my mind. The baby I lost. The life I never lived. The truth I kept hidden. And for the first time in my life, I asked myself a question I had been avoiding for decades. Who am I protecting by staying silent? The answer was no one. The next morning, I called Emily. My voice was shaking. "Can you come over?" I asked. She didn't hesitate. "Of course, Mom." When she walked into the room, she smiled, but then she saw my face. "Is everything okay?" she asked, and for a moment, I almost lied again. But I didn't. "There's something I need to tell you," I said. She sat down beside me, holding my hand. "You can tell me anything," she said. And those words, they gave me the courage I needed. I took a deep breath, and after 70 years, I finally told the truth. I told her about Daniel, about the baby, about the daughter I lost, about the sister she never knew she had. I expected anger, shock, maybe even silence, but what I saw was something else. Tears, not of anger, but of understanding. "Mom, why didn't you tell me?" she whispered. "Because I was afraid. Afraid of losing you. Afraid of changing everything." But you know what she said? "You could never lose me." And in that moment, something inside me finally broke free. A weight I had carried for decades, gone. She hugged me tightly, like she did when she was a little girl. "We'll find her," she said softly. And for the first time in 70 years, I felt hope, real hope. I am 100 years old, and I spent most of my life hiding a truth from the person I loved the most. But today, I am finally free. Free from the past. Free from the fear. Free to be honest, not just with her, but with myself. And if you're watching this right now, holding on to a truth you're afraid to tell, don't wait like I did. Don't wait 70 years. Because the truth doesn't destroy love, silence does. And if my story touched your heart, if it made you feel something real, then subscribe to my channel. Because I have more stories to share, and maybe the next one will help you change your life before it's too late.